Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. I apologize for missing my post-market video yesterday. I had explained that it would be very difficult for me to do it. And again, I do apologize for that. But we are back on track right here and right now. This is my pre-market report. People, let me start off with this because it's just something that I can't stand to the highest possible order, and I am certain that is you as well. So we got this consumer spending number. It came out yesterday, and it's being praised as the greatest thing in the history of the world. Consumers are spending. They're out there. They're opening their pocketbooks. This proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the consumer is strong. The economy is resilient. Let me explain this to you in case you don't know already, and you're probably laughing. The consumer has no choice but to spend more. Let me put a few perspectives on this for you. Food inflation, okay, and you and I have covered this since I don't know how long now, is surging higher at its fastest pace ever here in the United States. In the last 3 years, food inflation in aggregate, on average, is up 37.5%. That's what they're allowing us to know. So you know the numbers are a lot worse. I mean, we all shop. So right here alone explains why consumers are spending more. They can't sidestep this. They are being forced to pay more for everything. So what else would you expect? Consumer spending is going to come down? No, it's going to go up. And you think we're done? No, consumer spending is going higher from here. What else do we know? It always comes down to what we know. Okay, major retailers, all of them have been saying the consumer's hurting. They can't make ends meet. What do we also know? We got credit card defaults skyrocketing again at their fastest pace ever. People cannot make ends meet. Mortgage defaults across the board skyrocketing. Defaults on every type of loan you can dream about skyrocketing at its fastest pace ever as well. So when you hear something like consumers are spending, they're strong, you know you're being lied to yet again. People, why is it, okay, again, that there is no accountability? The propaganda ministry here, the CNBCs, the Bloombergs, the Fox Business, all this stuff, it's the propaganda ministry, and they are twisting your mind every way they are told to do it. They get a script. Every single one of them says the same thing. They recite the same script. Okay, they're all being given the same script. Who controls the flow of information? I'm going to give you one guess, and you better get it right. It's the central banks who run the entire freaking world. They control the economy, the financial system, the financial markets, the flow of information. They allow you to know what they want you to know, and then they try to tell you it's real. For how many years have I said nothing is what it seems to be? And, you know, when this report came out about consumer spending is taking off and consumers strong, this is proof. I almost fell over laughing. Because we have no choice. You and me have no choice but to spend more because inflation across the board is skyrocketing, and it's going to continue to skyrocket with food inflation and energy inflation outpacing everything. Are you watching crude oil? Crude oil surging higher right now on the back of, again, this war is expanding on all fronts. Iran is calling for Islamic nations to sanction Israel on this hospital issue. Both sides are blaming each other, all right? Obviously, that's the way it is. And, look, this is all a mechanism, people. They will kill whoever they have to kill to keep the price of crude oil propped up. They will kill as many people as they have to kill to pull more cash into the now. And they're going to use this as propaganda. Both sides are using it as propaganda. Imagine my shock. Imagine your shock. Trust me, nothing here is what it appears to be always, as it always is. So anyway, that's why this whole thing with consumer spending, and they're not stopping. Even this morning, they're pushing the narrative. Again, consumers are strong, consumers resilient, they're spending, but no one else, again, do you believe, let me put another perspective on this. Why is it that not one of the propaganda ministries out here has explained to the masses that people have no choice? They have to spend because inflation continues to rise, and we're not done. This war, okay, and it's going to expand. And every other mechanism you can, again, dream about, think about, fantasize about, or even have a nightmare about is going to be instituted to pull more cash into the now. But you cannot be told how inflationary this is. Where does the cash come from? Tell me again. See, look, all of you are way smarter than me. But I know for a fact that you all know where the cash comes from. We don't have a war chest. No nation around the world has a war chest. The cash comes from central banks who are more than willing to lend to fight any war, and they fund both sides, all sides. We are living, we're cursed. You understand what I'm telling you? We're cursed. We have been cursed, people around the world, with this thing that we've all allowed to happen, as a matter of fact. Maybe we've self-cursed ourselves with central banks who are the enemy, public enemy number one. And if living under the rulership of these institutions has solidified our own fate, okay? And are all of our fates, you maybe have an idea of where this is going here. But to put it bluntly, they want you dead. They want you a slave to their system. I've been telling you this for how freaking long, I don't know, but other than us, you and I, again, this is the resistance here. This is where it starts, by raising awareness, by staying ahead of the curve, all right? You and I, people that participate in this blog, we're a threat. We're a threat to the system. Why? For one reason, because we engage our brains. We don't believe the nonsense. We question everything that's questions. Question me. Was what I am saying, does it sound realistic to you? Or is this so far-fetched that there's no possible way that it can be true? Make this stuff up, people. I swear to you, it's impossible to do. Now, we need to discuss a couple of other things here. As I said, crude oil is surging higher right now on the back of this, any other excuse they could come up with. Again, crude oil, as you know, I've been telling you this for how freaking long, I don't know, is going higher, but it's going much, much higher. Food inflation, energy inflation, you haven't seen anything yet. You think your life is tough now? Again, they're not done with you. You're going to be smacked across the face repeatedly until you submit to the system, until you submit to their system. Now, you and I, we are not going to submit. I don't care what they do. We are going to try to sidestep this every way we possibly can. Period, the freaking end here. And we are doing this by betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank, trying to at least not participate as much as we need to, or they want us to, in their system. Look, what have I been telling you? Get your cash out of these institutions. Get your cash out of these banks, which are in all kinds of trouble. You got bank earnings coming in right now, okay? And you got the big, smug, smiling faces from every single one of these CEOs that they're floating out. Our bank is doing really well. Oh, a bank is doing really good. But they won't tell you what I've been telling you now for many, many months. The portfolios of these institutions, okay, they're loaded up on government debt, which is yielding nothing. The value of every single one of these major Wall Street super banks, their portfolios is evaporating. Because they're, again, loaded up with nonsensical yield on debt that they have bought. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Again, it's a distraction. We're doing good. Our earnings are well. If you were to weigh, let me put another perspective on this for you. If you were to weigh the supposed profits that these banks are making, because they're charging everyone more for, obviously, everything as interest rates are rising here, weigh that against, the unrealized losses in their portfolios because of all of this toxic debt that they're holding. They're in a net zero. They're in a negative. They're in a net negative, but you can't know that either. You see, they think you're too stupid. See, that's what I love about all of you and about this blog, okay? All we do is we look at the facts, and the facts are in our face, and we say, okay, let's put this into a perspective. That's what we do here. It should make sense to you what I am saying here. What else is going on here? Right now, I know you're watching that bond market, people. The bond market is selling off rapidly. The 10-year yield is skyrocketing. As a matter of fact, the 10-year yield hit a 16-year high just this morning. Risk in this market is extreme. But what are they doing? What are they doing? They're pumping more cash. I'm getting agita. They're pumping more cash into the system than we have ever seen in history by funding the Russia-Ukraine war, funding the this Israeli Middle East war now, because this is not just against Hamas anymore. Come on, people. We know what's going on here. So Hezbollah is involved here. There's going to be other nations involved as well, directly involved. And this is how it must go. You and I have outlined this since the beginning here. It's not going to stop. And the higher risk goes in this market, the more people are going to die. The more funding is going to be required or sucked out of you and me. And are you sick and tired yet of funding all of these wars to the tune of whatever they want to spend? We cannot fund our government, but we can fund as many wars as they want to throw at us. Janet Yellen said, we can afford. Okay, everyone, I want to tell you something, because I'm Janet, and I want to tell you that the U.S. we can afford to fund 2 wars. We can afford it, because you know how you know? 'Cause I'm telling you. Make it up. Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. My heart is pounding right now. This is outrageous. I'm telling you, this is going to be the death of me, people. This is going to be the death of Greg Mannarino. No doubt about it. Anyway, debt market's selling off very rapidly. U.S. dollar this morning is flat. Okay, I said risk in this market. The MMRI is sitting at about 319. That should worry you. That should worry you. Okay, false flags. Okay, you want to talk about another false flag? This hospital bombing. Okay, no matter who's responsible, people are going to be up in arms. They're going to flash dead baby pictures, dead children pictures, whatever they got to do to get you to back it. They're selling you a war. And they want you to buy it. They want you to fund it. They want you to sit back in some corner and suck your thumb off, okay, while you to whatever they want to throw at you. Do you understand what's happening here, people? Really? Are you awake yet? And like I said, they're going to smack you across the face into submission, backhanded, forward-handed, no matter what they got to do to get you to comply. And we, as members of this blog, ain't complying to nothing, because we know the truth. We know what's happening here. Oh, man, I can't handle this anymore. I really can't. I got to end this video. I think we covered all the important points here, people. But I want to hear from you. Why is it, in your opinion, nobody from the mainstream propaganda is going to tell you things like the consumer must spend more because inflation is skyrocketing at its fastest pace ever here in the United States? They have no choice. Why is it that they must constantly lie? Again, the fall of this falling, and the fall of every empire ends the same way, with extreme amounts of propaganda, because people believe what they're told, because they're sheep. They don't think. They don't engage their brain. Oh, the consumer is strong. You know they are, because they're spending, and that proves it. Imagine, seriously, if we had one person running for president right now who would open his pie hole and say, hey, listen, everyone, you are being lied to. Let's just bring these things out in consumer spending. Let's just say, I don't know, pick one of the candidates that you happen to really like right now, which it really doesn't matter who you vote for anyway, because they're going to put whoever they want in there. Said, hey, people, look, let me expose the lie to you. Okay, consumers are being forced to spend more. The war is being sold to you. All right? Pay attention to what's going on. Listen to the narrative, the wording, all of this stuff here. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. The false flag events. And yes, that was a false flag. Another one. This hospital bombing for which both sides is blaming the other. What else did you expect to happen here? But we're not done. expect much, much more. People you haven't even seen. This isn't even the tip of the freaking iceberg. You understand? All right, look, I'm really going to end this video. If you got something out of this video, please give this video a thumbs up. It lets the video get shown. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But I would love to hear your perspective. If you agree with me, I want to hear your perspective. If you don't, that's fine too. What do you see that I don't see? All right, if you disagree with me, what am I missing here? People know the truth when they hear it. You know, my old friend Greg Hunter used to tell me that. And it always stuck in my head. Greg is correct. People know the truth when they hear it. And I think that was a brilliant thing that he came up with there. All right, love you a lot. Please share the video. Get it out there. I will see all of you later, and I almost can't wait for it. The live stream, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I hope to see you there. I really do. It helps maybe calm me down a little bit. When I interact with all of you in the live stream, it helps me out, believe me, because I'm going to vapor lock one day right here on camera. I'm telling you. I feel it. All right, I'll see you later.